Hello guys, you alright? Red Pill Phil. I hope you're all doing brilliantly well. Thank you to all the new subscribers joining the channel. Just over 8,000 now. Don't know what to say. I'm running out of words again on that because it's just humbling, so it kind of makes me quiet. I hope you're enjoying the videos. You won't agree with everything that I'm saying. There's certain interviews where people have put their opinions out and have agreed with the majority of their opinions, and then I have stopped short of agreeing on other opinions. So don't conflate that with me agreeing with everything. And people who have commented will know what I'm talking about. So it's up to you what you think of me. I don't really care, if I'm going to be honest with you. I'm me. I'm a moralist kind of guy, just getting on with life, painter and decorator, who's absolutely sick of the radicalisation and the probably heading towards the Islamification of this country in its nefarious way. I think we're being hoodwinked. I think we're not considered. So it means standing up. So that's why I'm here. All stemmed from a event in Manchester in the UK Against Hate March, as most people will know who subscribe to this, where me and a Corbynista had a few words because she was totally inaccurate. She was portraying the whole march as one EDL, which was wrong because it wasn't, and two, you're all a bunch of Nazis, which there wasn't. There was some wrong-uns there. I've seen clips further down the line that was like, oh yeah. And I knew, because I seen with my own eyes on the day, there was a few wrong-uns there who probably were quite happy to start trouble. But the majority of people was just normal, decent, easygoing people that just wanted to make a stand and felt that in Manchester, that was more purposeful for them to go to and felt got more from it than going to a bloody candlelight vigil singing Come By Heart. Ain't gonna do nothing putting barriers up everywhere. No, we're not submissive. Just because our politicians tell us to be submissive, we've got an obligation to look after us, the people. We've left it for the authorities, we've left it for the politicians, and look at the pissing state we're in. So, for me, you can't do it anymore. So it's going about it in a civil, considerate manner, respectful manner. Even though you get slammed for that. But you still got to do it. So, the reason why I'm making this video, because I had a phone call off Sean, one of the vets. He proceeded to tell me of the march, which is moving to Manchester on the 26th of May. So I was over the moon. I was elated to hear that news. One, because it's my hometown. Two, it means I don't have to get up as early. So on different levels it works for me. No, but on a serious level, this video, if anything, I'm doing it way in advance, but it's a way of calling out the Northern Quarter now. And I don't mean the area in Manchester called the Northern Quarter. I mean the Northern supporters and fans who may, for whatever reason, have not gone to a march in other cities. Whether they've had travel problems, whether they've had other commitments, whether they've felt a little bit intimidated. You can see from previous videos where I've been to previous marches, if I see anything nefarious, not that I'm the big I am, not at all, but I've got two eyes like everyone else. So if I see it when I've gone to marches, I've documented it. And it's only happened once, I think. And that march wasn't to blame. It was people who probably hijacked it with their own agendas. So it was a slightly different scenario. So it doesn't tend to happen. The trend tends to be decent people that want to say something, are sick of the way the system is treating them, and that have got every right to come out and talk about their displeasure on how they're being treated, how they're being demonised. And that's what I'm finding more and more. The footage shows. It really does. By the way, I've got me Veterans Against Terrorism band there. I wear it for work, so there's probably spots of paint on it and stuff. But we need the northern teams. We're going to get people, because it's so poignant in Manchester, don't forget what happened. There's been other terrorist attacks in other parts of the country, of course there has. There's been acid attacks, there's been grooming going on. So there's all different issues that kind of converge with what we're talking about. But with Manchester, the game was changed. Children, you know, that is not honourable warfare to even attempt to do that in a country that's supposedly got open arms for you. To do that and then go after the children, knowing it was a children's event, you know, there's no two ways about it, you know. So to do all that has changed the way. So it must stir something in you. It did with me. I'd been seeing it going on for months, probably years, in different spots around Europe and in England. But for it to come to Manchester, it hit me like a sweaty sock. It was horrible, which compelled me to get up, go to that first march, which then we all know what happened. But then I made it my little obligation to go, you know what? She's castigated everyone in this movement as Nazis. So because I felt a lot of camaraderie and warmth from a lot of people within that march, I consider it fake news. So I thought, right, I'm going to set up a YouTube channel, or set it up to actually put my own content on there. And I'm going to go around to different marches and I'm going to have a look for myself. So that's basically the premise of my channel. And it all stemmed from that Corbynista talking to me the way she did, without any rational thinking, without any critical thinking, and just castigating everyone, tarring everyone with that same pissing brush. So we're looking Man United fans, Man City fans, Oldham fans, Wigan fans, Tranmere fans, Liverpool fans, Everton fans, FC United fans, Bury, Burnley, the list goes on and on. There's probably countless I've not even mentioned there, and I do apologise because I didn't write it down, collate it, all the different northern teams. You all know who you are. So we know that we need to do this. We need to get out and show what Manchester is all about. Whether we get the numbers of other marches, who knows? We've got to do it in a peaceful way. If anything, you could look back at that footage of the UK Against Hate March. You could look back at the way they use propaganda, mind control, getting in people's heads, convincing everyone who was at that march, convincing to other people that a load of wrong-uns, which has created the climate we're in now. So you can look at all that as a template and go, you know what? We know how we need to act, because it's going to be hard work anyway, even if you act civilly and obediently, in a disobedient way. So we don't need running around with cans of beer. It's up to you what you do. You can do it if you want. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying optically, you know in your own mind it doesn't look good. Not wrong with having a cheeky one before. But these are all the little things. Acting in a nice manner. I know it's not easy when you're getting confronted by a load of muppets that are shouting all kinds of crap at you. Of course it ain't. But your actions are going to be used as evidence against you. And we know that. And that's all I keep seeing through all the different marches I've been to. It's the same issues that keep popping up. So we need decent people. We don't need wrong-uns. We don't need people tagging on. And if people are seen to be doing the wrong thing, you need to out them. Because letting it slide is not going to help your cause. It's going to demonise you. You could be in a photo next to that muppet that's doing something. You could lose your job because you was at that march where he's had a photo up, or she, doing that wrong something. We heard about the UK against hate. The amount of messages I had of people who were suspended because they've even forwarded that particular viral clip. They've lost their jobs. The families disowned him. On one case, a grandson, the grandmother threw him out. So there's been so many different, so we don't need actions of a few mental wrong ones to ruin what the majority want to try and do. So, all fans, this is a call to all Northern fans, all decent, hard-working, honourable, working class, non-working class, black, white, Muslim, whatever your race, whatever your nationality is, you are more than welcome. You are in good company, and don't let the media portray otherwise. Look at my clips. If you're a new subscriber and you're listening to me saying this and you're thinking, Red Pill Phil, that's the biggest load of crap I've heard in the last whatever. Say, right, look at the previous marches. Look at the people that are there, the way they act. Nice. Now people could say, oh, well, you know, but underneath, Phil, you're still representing a load of wrong-uns that are actually making out as if they're all nice, but they're not. What about the left? They're the most mentally deranged when you get far down that corridor, so don't use that argument. Of course, on both sides, you've got nefarious avenues. And you do get the vets, you do get the D.F.L.A will try and root that out because it ain't working for anyone. It isn't going to move your cause forward. D.F.L.A, the vets, are now starting to work with UKIP. UKIP don't want to see any negative stuff, so it doesn't benefit anyone. Yourself as an individual, your straw man gets built up. So, May the 26th. Finer details to follow on another video. May the 26th, Manchester. This is the North's time. We can do it in a positive manner. Invite anyone in from any city. And we can show what the North, when the game's changed in terms of terroristic attack, we're not having it. We're not having it. We're not being demonised. We're decent people. So I would like to see big numbers out there. Can't wait. So for me, the next event is going to be Telford, which will be this Friday. I don't even know the finer details to that myself yet, but I'll find that out closer to the time. So look out for footage of that. So this is Red Pill Phil. Like, subscribe, share this to every frigging football fan you know. Even if they're not involved in looking at the issues. They just want to go along to get along. Even if they just like fish tanks. Whatever, just share it. Nothing to do with my hits, nothing to do with my views. I just want to portray the Manchester March in a positive light, and I want as many Northern fans out there as possible. Because I don't want my work that I've done to all go up in flames, in a sense. If it's what is going to be potentially be perceived by the likes of the BBC actually does happen, that we all just run round reacting in the wrong way. I know Mancunians ain't like that. So we all need to get our asses out there, take the time off work, leave the kettle where it is, just go about our lives, forget your Ant and Dec, forget your friggin' X Factor, forget your EastEnders, all that. There's a more important point to be made on that one day. So I can't wait for it. We'll see you down there. So this is Red Pill Phil. Like and subscribe. I love you all, even the pissing haters. See you later. Ta-ra now.